Hello friends, welcome to SY Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about Scrum Master, and again this lecture is dedicated to PSM 1 examination. And whatever I am discussing in this lecture is from Scrum Guide, nothing from outside or nothing my own words, okay? So let's begin. So what is Scrum Master? Okay, I mean, what is his role? So his primary role, you can say, or accountability is to establish Scrum. Okay, very simple thing. The name is also there, right? Scrum Master. Okay, so his job is to establish Scrum in the organization, and how they do this? They do this by helping everyone understand Scrum theory and practice both within Scrum team and organization. Scrum team as well as organization. Okay. So if there is any individual in the organization, for example, any business associate or anyone maybe in some other team, okay, who are not doing development work and they want to understand Scrum or they have some doubts over Scrum, then Scrum Master will also help them in understanding it, not just the Scrum team, okay? And they do this by explaining theory as well as practical examination, okay, practical understanding also. And Scrum Master is also accountable for Scrum team effectiveness. How effective is your Scrum team? And they do this by enabling Scrum team to improve its practices within the Scrum framework. So you need to adopt all the practices which are possible, making them self-manageable. But you need to remember that everything needs to be under Scrum framework. It should not be outside that. And you can say that Scrum Masters are the leaders who serve Scrum team and the complete organization. And if there is a question like how Scrum Master serves the Scrum team, then you can say in following ways: Scrum Master serves Scrum team. Scrum team, okay. What is a Scrum team? I hope you remember this thing. Scrum team means all developers, product owner, and Scrum Master. They come under Scrum team, and it is 10 or fewer people. Okay, very small teams. There are no hierarchies. Okay, if there are more time, your question could be, if, let's say if there are 30, 40 developers working in an organization, then what will happen? They need to be divided into multiple Scrum teams. That's how it is done. Okay. Now let's come to the point how Scrum Master serves the Scrum team. He helps in he helps them by coaching them that how they can do self-management. Self-management means doing their work on their own without any external help. Second, they also Scrum Master also helps team members in becoming cross-functional. So as a whole, they are able to create value, right? Then the second way by which a Scrum Master serves the Scrum team is he helps Scrum team focusing on creating high value increments. High value increments. High value increments means in high value increments means which meets the definition of done. What are increments? All the product items that you complete which meets the definition of done are increments. Okay, what is definition of done? Definition of done means how your product is acceptable. Example, let's say you are making a sign up feature. So you need to develop it, you need to completely run automation also. So this is the criteria which is there, let's say in your organization. So this is the definition of done. Okay, definition of done is different for different organizations, even different for diff different teams also at times. Okay, it could be the organization standard. If there is no organization standard, then Scrum team needs to create their own definition of done. Okay, I hope you are able to understand the definition of done. I told you in the previous lecture also, definition of done means how your product is acceptable. Some teams might be saying that definition of done means if it is manually tested by product owner. Okay, it could also be the case. if you have run all the automation, okay, if you have done all the manual testing, so it that's how you can write the definition of done. So so Scrum Master helps in creating the high value increments. Okay, another way in which he serves the Scrum team is by removing impediments. Impediments means blockers. For example, let's say your team is saying that we are not able to get the room for a Scrum daily Scrum meeting. Then Scrum Master helps in solving it. Your Scrum team might be saying that we are not able to understand this feature, or product owner is not helpful, or this developer is not helping us. Then your Scrum Master comes and solve it. He also ensures that all Scrum events take place. What are Scrum events? There are five Scrum events, my friends. What are those five Scrum events? Can you write in the comment section? Let me tell you. It is uh, planning. Okay. First is planning. Second, you can say is your sprint itself. Third is daily Scrum. Then daily uh, review and retrospective. Okay. So it's sprints, sprint planning, SP, daily Scrum, DS, sprint review, sprint retrospective. Okay, you can try learn in this order also. It will be helpful. So Scrum Master makes sure that all Scrum events take place positively, productively, and they are also time boxed. Okay, very important. Your sprint is time boxed for 1 month or less. Sprint planning is time boxed for 8 hours or less. Daily Scrum is time boxed for 15 minutes. Sprint review is 4 hours. Its sprint retrospective is 3 hours. This is the time box. Okay. You need to remember these things for your examination. Okay. Scrum Master also serves the product owner in several ways. Let's discuss those 2 points. Product owner. PO means product owner. Let's discuss all those things also. He helps owner in finding techniques for effective product goal definition and product backlog management. So product goal definition, every every product has or every product backlog has some goal, and backlog management needs to be handled. It is tough to create a product goal, friends. It is tough to maybe manage such a big product backlog. Yes, you can maybe create your product backlog goal easily comparatively. Let's say your goal could be that we are building a chat application. This could be your product goal, okay, but management of product backlog is not simple, and owner might need some help from Scrum Manager. Then your Scrum Master, not a Scrum Manager. Then he also helping the Scrum team understand the need for clear and concise product backlog items. Okay, clear and concise product backlog items. Sometimes your product backlog items are not even clear. If you have worked in the product industry, then you will understand that okay, you can read something maybe from tool like Jira, but you are not able to understand how to solve this. So your Scrum Master comes there and helps in resolving this issue, maybe by asking product owner to better write its product backlog items, okay, or maybe by involving stakeholders. He also established empirical product planning for a complex product environment. Empirical product planning. Empiricism means taking the help of past to solve future. Okay, so developers, product owners, Scrum Master, all have past experience. This is helpful in complex environments. Okay, he also helps in facilitating stakeholder collaboration as and when required. Facilitating stakeholder collaboration. Facilitating. Oh, right spelling. Okay, stakeholder collaboration. There could be a scenario where you need help of stakeholders to understand or to solve some impediment. Then Scrum Master helps there also. Scrum Master also helps your organization in several ways. See why I'm telling you this in detail. First, it is written in the Scrum Guide and could be asked in the examination. And there will be 2 to 5 questions on this. Okay. He lead, train, and coach the organization in Scrum adoption. You can say teach, train your Scrum organization in Scrum adoption. Scrum adoption. Okay. You can write this point. Okay, friends. If you're making notes, then keep on making it. And second point is planning and advising Scrum implementation within organization. Very similar to previous point, planning and advising Scrum implementation. Planning and advising Scrum implementation. Then helping employees and stakeholders understand and enact an empirical approach for complex work. There could be situation where your employees might be saying that the Scrum is useless. Why to take 2 weeks? Why to take 3 weeks? Why to take 1 month? Why Scrum is 1 month? Why sprint is 1 month? Why daily Scrum is 15 minutes? Okay. So your Scrum Master helps your organization in understanding these things that this is an empirical approach and it will help in giving good results. He also remove barriers between stakeholders and Scrum team. Your Scrum stakeholders might be saying that you are too slow or your quality is not good. You are not delivering what we want. Scrum Master comes in between and solve this barriers or impediment between stakeholders at one side and your Scrum team other another side. So these are some of the, you can say, job or function of Scrum Master. I hope things are very clear to you. If still there is any doubt, feel free to write it in the comment section and I will give you answer for that. Thank you.